everyone. Welcome back to our podcast. We have Desiree, Leo's wife, joining us again.
Yay.
Welcome back, Desiree.
It's me.
Yeah, but she said Leo, so
Yeah,
I'm like,
she
hey, it's
didn't.
me.
No, I was definitely not referencing you. I said
You
Leo's
said Leo's
wife.
wife, so I was like, represent this me too. Hey,
It was
we,
my moment.
we are
and you
I
took
and I are
it.
we. We're the same person. now.
No, you took
Can't
my
spell
moment.
we without I.
See?
That is
Two of
not.
Two of them.
I don't
In
think that's how that
French.
works.
You could.
Have you ever
You?
heard of the Nintendo Wii? The Nintendo
Oh, yeah,
Wii
true.
U?
Whatever.
True.
Balls in your court now.
Yeah, what's up?
I
She
don't
gave
want
it
it.
No traveling.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta dribble. I couldn't think of the word.
Aw,
Did you say
basketball? That hurts. Said dribble.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, because of basketball.
Yeah, that's the joke. Thank you.
Oh my gosh.
Well, speaking of bad jokes.
When I thought you said traveling, I thought you meant because of Corona.
No,
I
I'm talking about.
I-
He said the balls in your court.
But I was like, this is a weird conversation.
That would be pretty weird. You're like, that doesn't make any sense. Why would you say that?
And then when you started talking about basketball, I was like, oh, it's a basketball reference.
We've been talking
Which
about
just
basketball,
wasn't
man.
me, like, telling you, like, what the joke was.
It sounded like
it was
you were.
me, like, aha.
No, but it sounded like you were explaining to us. Oh, it's,
Yeah.
you get it? Dribble.
Oh.
Because you said dribble.
Yeah,
Oh
well,
my
that's
gosh.
what I didn't get at first.
Well, I'm glad we cleared it up.
I just didn't want you thinking I was explaining the joke.
That's okay. I think that would have been better than what you just said. You didn't know what we were talking about the
Oh
whole
my
time.
gosh.
What was it that I was telling you last night when we were watching Onward?
I don't remember. We didn't watch it.
No, but we did something, and I was like, the first one was just me, like, agreeing so you shut up.
Oh, yeah.
The second one was me, like,
No, yeah, you said the first. You said the first one. You said, oh, because I asked her a question about something,
yeah.
and then our point. Oh, yeah, it was the thumbnail on this video or this movie, and the part of it was kind of ripped looking, but it was about like drugs or something, and I was like,
It's okay. So Tori, you know this on Netflix. It says like how to fix a drug scandal. It's that new documentary.
I haven't
It's
seen it
actually
yet.
really good.
You've
so,
seen
it? It's on my
well, I
list.
started watching it, and that's why it was on the screen.
oh,
And so Leo pointed out in like 3 separate things, I guess.
no, they were so the thumbnail. It has a white, like it looks like a tear in the photo right across the eyes, but it's actually a line of cocaine. And I told her that.
Oh, shoot.
And she was like, "Oh yeah." But she said like it was. She said like 3 different things. She's like,
You
Oh,
said
yeah,
3
that's
different
cool.
adjectives.
And
I was
then you're like-
oh damn, oh fuck, and then.
but she's like, "Oh, that's cool. Oh, awesome. Oh, wow, that's really interesting." And I'm like, "Okay, it's not that fucking cool. Like, it's just a picture, and it just has 2 different ways to look at it. Like, you don't need that many adjectives, bruh." And she said the first one was to like shut me up or to buy more time, so she could really analyze it. And the second one, she finally was like connecting what it was. And then the third time she said it, it was because she actually thought it was interesting. I'm like, damn, it's not
Oh
that
my
cool.
gosh.
Yeah, it was awesome.
What a
But today we're
Okay,
talking about
anyway,
movies.
sorry.
We're talking about bad movies.
No,
today,
that's
though, dude.
fine.
I haven't seen that one. But I want to start
Yeah.
this out,
Bad
this
movies.
bad movies, bad TV shows with kind of an interesting topic because I know this movie is great to a majority of the population, except Tori
Oh, no.
for some reason doesn't like this movie, and me and Desiree have very strong feelings about it, and that's Human Centipede. So why don't you like it? Because it's literally one of the
It's
best.
disgusting.
I've never seen it.
It's Leo made me watch
missing
all
out.
3 of them. He made me
Yeah,
watch all
same.
3 of them. When
Same.
See?
Same.
That doesn't look
No,
like
no,
a
no.
supportive
I did
I
not make
enjoyed
her.
it.
She was down to watch.
No.
number 2.
Why don't we let your wife speak on that? Des, how
Yeah,
do
say
you
something.
feel about the movies?
Tell them the real truth.
Okay, so the first one, it was an interesting theory. Like, it was like, oh, okay.
Now she's gonna act like she doesn't like it because she's in front of
No.
Tori.
And then the
Ooh,
second
she got
one-
spanked.
The second one, I was like, okay, we'll see where it takes it. By the third one, I was not for it.
What's the
Really?
premise
The third
of
one's the best one?
No, the third one was the creepiest one.
That's the pregnant one, right?
It was
Yeah,
the
I
one
think
with
so.
The guy that lived at home or something with his mom.
Which is the one with the sandpaper?
Isn't it hella meta?
I think the first one.
No,
I don't
Yeah,
think
it's
the
hella
first
meta,
one. I
that's
think
why
it's
it's
the
so
second
good.
one.
Because like the second one, it's
Was it
like
the second
a
one?
guy was a fan of the movie.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one with the
Yeah.
Oh,
sandpaper.
yeah,
thing.
And he wanted to recreate it or something. It's like,
Yeah.
Dude, it's so
whoa,
good.
And the
Dude,
second
the
one.
best scene in
Go
any
on.
movie is in that movie.
Which one?
Where
We've
they're
been
all
talking
in
about
there,
1,
bro.
2, and 3.
I don't know. They all run together. But they,
Oh, I get it.
Oh,
They
gross.
stitch it.
Okay.
they, how do you do the whoa? Do it?
Stop.
Anyways, they're all in this building, and some of them are escaping. I forget how they escape, but
That's
this
the
lady,
third.
the pregnant lady's running out, bruh. She gets in the car. You're like, hell yeah, she's getting away. She's pregnant, and then she has birth, bruh.
She
And
has
the
birth.
baby goes down.
Did you
to
just
the
say
pedal.
that?
She gives birth. My bad. She gave birth. Oh yeah, that's interesting because you're like giving life to your kid. So you
See,
give
we're
birth.
seeing Leo
Look, this
react
is
the
Leo's
exact
process,
same way.
the same way yours
that-
was last
that's-
time.
He did the first one. He like shut Tori up. The second one, he did thought that he was interested.
Yeah.
But bruh, she gives birth, and the baby hits the pedal, bruh, and she's like, just slams the pedal to get out of there, dude. Squishes the baby's head. You remember that one?
Aw.
I wouldn't say that's good. That's not a good part of the movie. I don't enjoy that.
That was literally like the first movie that we ever saw together.
No.
Yeah, it was.
That's a horrible first date.
Physically together or
No, it was a worse movie.
But we bonded over it, and we enjoyed it, and we laughed a lot
bonded. I get it.
when we watched it.
See, I feel like there's bad movies that are still somehow good. Like, you hate watching them,
No.
but they're still, you laugh about it, or you
Dude, they're coming to me now.
You
Oh
know?
my god.
laugh about it, but like, it's not a good movie. And then there's some that's just like, this is a bad movie, this is bad writing, this is bad directing, and
Oh yeah.
there are
Yeah,
ones
let's
that
go
are
ahead and
bad,
talk about
like
one of those.
gross.
Have either one of you seen The Room?
No, but
Yeah.
I've seen.
You've seen it?
clips.
No, you
No,
have.
I haven't. Not the whole thing.
Yes, you did.
I haven't.
Isn't
seen
it about the kid and the mom?
No,
like,
that's
being
the
trapped?
wrong one.
No.
No, that's Room. This is the Room.
The Room is made by some. A good word to describe him is eccentric.
Yeah.
Dude in L.A. that wanted to make a movie.
Tommy
And
Wiseau.
he directed in it, he produced it, and he stars in it. The dude has horrible acting. He is just terrible.
I don't
It was
know,
also
man.
written by him too, and it's so stiff. There's a scene where, in the movie, he's accused of hitting his wife, which, by the way, his own wife started that rumor.
What?
Because what? Dude, the movie makes no sense. The
Seriously?
characterization, Lisa is just probably
If-
one of the worst written characters.
I
Don't
think
have a
we
water
decided.
bottle.
Dustin watched it by himself the first time. I don't know how he watched that by himself
If you ever watch it, you have to watch it with
with
someone
other
else.
people. The second
really?
time he watched it, he made me and Andrew watch it with him. I think Shannon maybe also was there, but we watched it. Oh my god.
Dude, it's bad.
I could not. I got like 20 minutes in and I was like, what is this movie? What is the point of this?
3
Why
minutes
does this matter?
There's a
None of
scene-
this makes sense.
One of the most famous scenes is the Oh Hi Mark scenes.
Yeah.
So Desiree, you might have heard it, but you may not realize it's from The Room. The dude, he's got long black hair, like shoulder length, yeah? He's wearing some weird early 2000s outfit. He comes out onto a rooftop, which is just like, the entrance to the roof is like a shack.
A box,
It's like,
yeah.
it's like just made out of like scrap metal. So he comes out with an empty water bottle and he's like, I did not hit her. I did not do it. I did not hit her. And he throws it on the guy. He's like, I did not. He opens his mouth that wide. Oh, hi, Mark.
Yeah.
And like instantly goes like he's pissed. I did not do it. Oh, hi, Mark. And he's calm. Like seeing his friend Mark just totally makes him calm. He's got the weirdest fucking accent too. I can't
Dude.
place it. It's so
I don't
strange.
think he's ever come out rightly and said like where he's from. It
He
always
says-
jumps around.
He says, "No, I'm good American, but I like football.
Boy.
I live in San Francisco." You weren't born in San Francisco, motherfucker. Where
Yeah,
were
let me
you
see some
born?
papers, bro.
It
This
is-
don't sound right. It ain't adding up.
There's a scene at the end after his wife leaves him, I think, where he has sex with her dress.
Yeah, we gotta watch this movie. It's really weird.
It's really bad good.
But they remade it. What's his name?
So
And
they
then
made
so
a
much-
parody of it.
It's,
Like-
it's supposed to be like a fictionalized documentary of the making of the
Yeah.
movie.
I heard that's really good though.
Yeah, I bought it. We've never watched it, but that one is called The Disaster Artist, and it's starring
Yeah.
James Franco. I think his little brother is in it. And then like, is Seth Rogen in that one?
Yeah,
Yeah. So like the normal
it's terrible, dude. It's
crew.
awful.
And they
Not the
like
disaster artist.
James Franco's portrayal of Tommy Wiseau is fucking spot on. It's insane.
Dude,
It's so good.
My first experience with The Room, I don't know if you guys have heard Cinema Sins. I watched an Everything Wrong
yeah.
with The Room. And there's a moment where he's got a football. I don't know what it is with him in football, but he's like tossing the football up and down. And he's talking to this character named Denny, and he says something like, "Denny, don't plan things out too much. It may not come out right." But the way he says it, he's like, "Denny, don't plan things too much. It may not come out right." And you're like, your reaction when you're watching the scene is, "What the fuck did he just say?" And in the Cinema Sins video, that's the thing they say is, "What the fuck did he just say?" It's so fucking funny, dude. I love it
That
so
same
much.
thing, that character Denny is like in love with Lisa. He's like 15 or 16. And
Super
he's like,
creep, by the
yeah,
way.
super
Mega
creepy.
creep.
And he's like, I don't remember Tommy's actual character.
Johnny.
Johnny. He's like, is it really? Johnny?
Yeah.
Um,
Johnny's a good American boy. Johnny's a good American.
But Denny's talking to Johnny and he's like, I think I'm in love with Lisa. And he's like, oh, Denny, you're so funny. Bro, what?
Oh yeah, dude.
I-
It's just
Doesn't
such a
he like
looking ass
encourage
movie.
her
She
to
starts-
kiss, like encourage him to kiss her or like
Yeah. He's like,
go for
"Can
your?
I kiss you?" She's like, "No." He's like, "It's a joke." It's like, whoa.
Prank, bro.
Yeah, you're a creep, dude.
It's just a prank, chill.
Lisa starts sleeping with Johnny's best friend, Mark.
Oh my god.
Same oh hi Mark.
Yeah,
and,
hi, Mark.
yeah, and like that oh hi Mark scene transitions into a scene where Mark tries to confide in Johnny that he's doing something wrong without like saying it. So he's like, "Hey man, women are crazy, huh?" And Johnny's like, I can't remember what Johnny says, but Mark's saying all this stuff like, "Yeah, I'm with this girl, but she's with another guy. I don't know. What do you think I should do?" And Johnny just does not put the dots together. He's like, "All I know is you are my best friend, and I love Lisa very much." What?
Dude, I think I've seen that scene, and I was wondering what the fuck was going on. And that's what's happening. He's trying to say something without actually saying it, and then
Yeah.
he's just fucking oblivious.
Yep.
That makes so much more sense. And I'm like, dude, what the hell is happening, bro?
The movie is written as a drama, but it's so much better if you look at it as a comedy.
Yeah, that's supposed to be a drama. A drama, dude. It seems like a parody comedy, dude.
I think The Disaster Artist was more of a real
Yeah.
drama film than the actual film itself is.
When you get to the end of The Room, you feel relief. Not that
It's
like
over?
you've yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Not that you've
That's
gone through
exactly
the emotional
it.
journey with these characters. You
You're
feel
like,
relief
thank
that you're like,
God
oh,
this is done now.
finally shot
You didn't
himself.
connect with one fucking
Bruh.
character?
If they're gonna watch you,
No,
say that.
none of them.
Nothing.
None of them. They're poorly written. The only reason Mark exists is to be Johnny's best friend and to have Lisa sleep with him.
That's it.
The only
Oh,
reason
yeah.
Lisa exists is to sleep with Mark and to be Johnny's wife.
Also,
Like,
in the
I
very
can't relate with her or him because I I'm not Johnny's best friend, nor am I sleeping with Lisa. Like,
In the beginning, they open with like an intimate scene. Like Johnny and Lisa are supposed to be having sex, except Lisa is down here. Like her head is where Dustin's shoulders are, and Johnny's head is up here. So it looks like he's like penetrating her chest and stomach. So like they didn't even bother trying.
They could be. Yeah,
They didn't even bother trying to like line it up. It was wild. The whole movie is wild. If you have the 2 hours and the patience to
2
watch that
hours?
horrible
dude,
movie,
Oh,
I would say
man.
go for it. But if you do, you gotta let us know so we can.
Yeah,
talk
we gotta
about-
talk about that one. That's
Yep.
a good one. Dustin loves that movie. He acts like he don't, but he always talks about that movie.
oh, I love that movie. What are you talking about?
Okay, yeah. thanks.
He loves to hate it. That's a
Yeah, I
good
think
way to
everybody
explain
does.
it.
I think that's the appeal of it. It's like, how the fuck?
It's crazy, man.
Yeah.
That's interesting. But you think he made that movie like seriously and wanted
Yeah.
it to be like a big hit, which in a way it kind of is. It's just not for what he originally set out
Yeah.
for it to be. What are you looking for, ma'am? How can I help you? Hello, come back to Earth. What are you looking for?
Don't touch
I'm
me.
looking for some hand sanitizer for you.
For me,
Yeah, you just like wiped your nose.
I touched my nose like
No.
this.
Let's rewind. You definitely went like.
I'm cutting that part out. Yeah, we got to talk about that one. That's a good one. Dustin loves that movie. He acts like he don't, but he always talks about that.
Do you guys have a movie you'd wish to talk about?
Yeah, what movie you want to talk about? Focus.
Leo washes his hands.
Oh, we got a backdrop. Hey, you want to get the backdrop?
Bro, we are
Come on.
20,
Hold on.
30 minutes in.
No, this is you're gonna like this one.
We
It's
don't need a
dope. Can you go
backdrop.
get it real quick?
He wants to make fun of me.
No, it's not. Don't say that. We got a new backdrop.
Your reaction was more of like if she had said, "It's terrible." No,
Des,
it's
get him
not.
some hand
He wants to
sanitizer
make
while
fun
you're
of
out
me.
there.
No, it's not.
She's really looking, bro. Here we go. Oh, that shit is hard, bro.
Bitch, what?
Is it supposed to be like a single thing?
Yo. Let's get it. Look at Tori, bro. She about to
Hey.
cry. What is wrong with her?
From embarrassment, what is that?
From
That's our
embarrassment.
backdrop, fool.
Dang, get it.
Looks good, huh?
Maybe a quarter of a piece of a backdrop.
Wow, we got jokes. If you
What
kind of
is
squint, when you
that?
kind of squint a little bit, it kind of fills the whole frame a little bit.
I mean,
Once you get the sides of your eyes dark, and then you only focus on that part.
I think maybe if you turned it horizontal and then like suspended it from the ceiling somehow,
Okay,
then
that's
it
too
might
much.
pass,
We can't do all
but
that. This is an apartment. We can't put hooks and strings from the ceilings. This is what we got. I thought it looked nice, and now you're shitting on it.
Yeah. Way to ruin it, Tori.
Do you have anything nice to say about it?
I like the color.
Thank you. Now moving on. Here, let me scratch this off the list. That was number 1 on there.
We cannot
Dude,
see it.
seriously.
It is
Hold on,
so
makeup
bright.
tutorial.
Why do you make
Oh
it so
my
bright
gosh.
here? Turn off that one.
It says backdrop. That's what it says. I'm scratching it off right now.
We can't talk about this now.
I'm not.
Okay. Oh, not so. Let me tell you this, dude. This wasn't a bad movie. This is actually a really good movie. At least
Which
I think
one?
it was. What is it called? Cock blockers? Or I think it's just blockers. I think it's just blockers. And yeah, it's definitely probably just blockers. I don't think you
The
can
one we
name your
went
movie
to the-
Cock Blocker.
I mean, you can.
Wait,
It's just,
Yeah. So blockers, it's a good movie, dude. But we went to this movie theater, and the experience just ruined it for us, dude.
Really.
Do you ever have that? Have you ever went to a movie and it's really good, but
Oh, dude, I got a funny story. It part
It was the second
either
one.
or 2. It was part 2. So obviously it just came out. Fucking theater's packed. I think we could
Packed.
only find seats in the front.
Yeah.
Yeah, which
Yeah.
is just a horrible view. You're like.
Side note, Dustin hates going to premieres of movies. I have to like
Because
beg
they're
him
packed.
to go.
Yeah,
Because they're
it's-
packed.
So we went to like opening night or the day after. I think it was like a Thursday night. They release it, but it comes out on Fridays. So we went to like a Thursday night show, and we were front row, middle seats, like right next to the screen.
So we had some other fellow moviegoers that are sitting next to us. Yeah. All throughout the previews, they were chatting up a storm. Straight, just full on kind of not even like, hey, what's happening?
No,
very
full on
excited.
conversation.
They're
It's like
talking.
talking level like we
talking.
are.
That shit's annoying.
So I'm like, okay, it's a previews. I think I can just let it go, right? Start the movie. It lessens a bit, but not, and that like it's still very fucking rude. Like something would happen in the movie, they'd be like, "Oh dang, that's scary."
See, and
Yeah.
it was
I
stuff that
don't
was
need
in the
your
trailers
reaction.
too.
Yeah.
So like I don't know
the-
if you guys have seen it, but there's a part where Bev goes back to her childhood house and like there's a lady living there, but turns out it's not actually a lady, it's Pennywise, and he tricked her and whatever. And the lady like charges at him and she's naked. During that scene, that was in the trailers. Like that was in the trailers. We saw it. Like that was one of the first things that were in there. These girls go, "Oh shit, she naked. She's naked." Like you
That
fucking
It's annoying.
we knew about it.
right.
So
like
anyway,
just over
I
the
can't remember
top.
how long is the movie. It's maybe like half an hour, 45 minutes. I look
Dude.
over and I see like a
A
phone,
phone light up.
lighting up her face, and she's like, "Huh? No, I'm in a movie right now." I'm like,
What?
I turned.
She
I was like,
answered the
you,
phone.
Are you on the phone right now? She's like, "Let me call you back." Didn't hear a fucking peep out of him for the rest of the movie.
So,
Wait, you
like,
said that to them?
Legit.
Dustin
Yes,
is
dude.
not a confrontational or easily annoyed person, and when she did that, I was like, "Oh, he about to lose it. He's gonna fucking light these girls up."
Damn.
He just-
you said, "Are you
He
on your
literally leaned over to her and he was like, "Are you on your phone
I
right
didn't-
now?"
I wasn't just
You
like, "Hey,
t-shirt
hang up
her.
the phone." I was like, "Hey, are you on your phone right now?"
phone?"
He was
Yeah, you bitch. You know where we're
pissed.
at? The movie theater.
like
You've been
leading
rude
up
as
to
fuck
that.
the whole time. Just totally ruined the movie experience for me.
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
I'm not the
stupid,
type
It
to
part
like
two
go
sucks.
complain, and like I was ready. I was like, I am about to get up and go
You
complain,
about
and
to
then
hit
she
that
got on
Karen
her
on,
phone.
bro.
Yeah, and then she got on her phone, and Dustin laid into her, and that was the end of it.
I wouldn't even say I laid into her.
He did, but
No,
well,
you fucking
Laid into
you
it have been
scared.
like, "Hey, bitch, get off your fucking phone. You've been
Yeah,
talking
you'd
this
have
whole
hit a
goddamn
fucking-
time."
Hell yeah, dude.
But
Hit a
for
Conor
Tall
McGregor,
Dustin-
fucking take the phone and slam it, bro. Do all that crazy
Yeah.
shit.
I saw it again, I think, with Shannon, and the second time was definitely a better experience because I could actually
Yeah.
enjoy it. But
What were you gonna say?
I get just so annoyed with the people who are always just like talking or even whisper talking.
Yeah.
Like from the very beginning, like Leo knows too. Like if I hear someone next to us like start talking, I like look at him and I'm like, holy shit. Like if they continue, like I'm gonna say
it's
something.
so rude. I don't
It's
understand
so
it.
annoying. It's like, why go if you know that you're that person who's gonna be screaming and talking at the screen?
And Desiree hates more than anything kids, bro.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Like
She
I
hates
realize
kids.
how little I should be a teacher when I go to the movie theater because I'm like, holy shit, is there a child here?
As soon as you
Like-
hear that kid, and it's like, of course, we're watching a Disney movie.
But it always seems like we get sat next to like a child. Like
Take
I'll
better seats.
I'll tell Leo like all the time, like I will not go see like a children's movie until it's been released for like months because I know it's gonna be packed with kids.
Mm-hmm.
I had an experience one time, Disturbia in like 2007 or something.
Ooh,
like 2008.
that
That's a
was a
good
good
movie.
That's like a thriller, right? So anytime there's a stinger with the music comes in, and everyone's like, "Ah!" God, you shut up. So there's this one scene. It's hella funny. I guess it's supposed to be like a fake out. Shia LaBeouf's character walks into like the garage, and there's a freezer, and he opens it. And they cut to it, and it's only full of ice. That's it. And there's no blood. There's nothing. It's just ice. They cut to it. Someone in the movie theater was like, "Ah!"
Wow.
It made me laugh because it's like there was nothing in there. There was no like tense music. There was nothing. I was like, "Doom!" Yeah, they just cut to a chest of ice, and it's just like, my worst fear. I can't. Your drinks, dude. It's just ice.
I guess I was kind of that person one time. I think it was Tenley, Shannon.
Why don't you come into frame? Bro?
Why? I'm fine.
Why? Because you're part of the,
I'm
you're part of the
in
podcast,
frame.
bro.
It's fine. I'm
Yeah,
telling
if
a
you count
story. You're
this as in
interrupting my
frame.
story.
You're gonna be like, "Hey guys, you got a story now."
Anyway, I went to the movies with I think Shannon, Tenley, and Philip, and we went to go see like Paranormal Activity fucking 4 or whatever it is. But it's the one
400.
where, yeah, it's the one where there's like witches that live in the neighborhood and like they break into this
Oh.
girl's house. And there was a part where It was fine. She was looking down the hall. She got into the room. She thought she was safe. Out of nowhere, this bitch just starts fucking booking it into the door, and she closes it and like busts through the door. And I screamed so loud at that lady doing that. And like, I guess I scared myself in doing that. I started crying. And they will not let it go. Like, anytime we talk about it, I'm like, yep, yeah, that happened. Yeah.
Bruh, I was talking to Roberto the other day, and one time I forgot, but I stayed at his house, and dude, I hated it, man. Like, it was him and his two brothers. Dude, him and his two brothers, bruh. I'm trying to go to bed, and they're fucking just scaring the shit out of me, dude. And they're like yelling, and they'd come up on the bed and be like, ah! And I started crying too, bruh.
Aw.
I was like, fucking leave me alone, you guys. And they were just dying laughing, bro. And I went home and I never fucking talked to him for like a week.
The thing about scaring is it's so fun to scare other people. Fucking hate being scared.
It pisses me the fuck off.
Dude, Dustin don't see. You know how she said all those people didn't mention Dustin, bro? He won't go see a scary movie.
Mm-hmm.
He ain't about that shit.
No.
And I don't blame you, dude. Although most scary movies now, all they do is jump scares, dude. It's really
That's
annoying.
why I hate it, man.
I got him to go see
I hate
it, and I got him to go see. Have you guys seen Hereditary?
No, we wanted to, I think.
I made him watch that. At first, I was like, oh, this is a good movie. Like, it's very cinematic. Like, I liked what they were doing with, like, the color scheme and, like, the story. And then shit got fucking real. And I was terrified. I was like, I have chills. I don't want to move. Like, I didn't sleep for 3 days. It's fucking insane.
What?
It's
Is it
crazy.
good?
It's good, but I was like, this freaks me out. I made Dustin watch it with me.
It's on like Amazon Prime.
Mhm.
That's a happy ending.
I made Dustin watch it with me. He did not. He was not happy that he watched
I
it
don't
with
like
me.
Ari Aster's direction.
Yeah, and then
He does this thing where not only does he do the traditional like scaring stuff, he tries to do sensory overload, and that he turned like the soundtrack. He turns it up so fucking loud, dude. So like it just hurts. And since it hurts, like you're like, I gotta get out of here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So fucking loud, dude. The same thing with Midsummer, which fuck.
he did not like that movie, but
Because the soundtrack is so loud. Also, I don't like it when people like. There's like a 5-minute scene where they just fucking ugly cry like that. I just can't stand it.
it's see.
I get it. I get the point of it. It's just there's a point where you gotta be like, okay, enough is enough.
Yeah.
Yeah,
See,
cut.
I liked it because it was unsettling. Like there was stuff where I'm like, this is fucked. Like I am not. This is bad, but it was still a good movie. It was. See, I think the thing I love the most about it. I know we're supposed to be talking about bad movies, but I liked this movie. But the thing I liked about it is
it's a bad movie in my eyes.
it's cinematically beautiful. Like it's bright, it's colorful, it's awesome in that aspect, but it's so fucking dark. Like it's twisted, it's creepy. There's so much fucked up shit that happens in it. And I don't know. I just liked the contrast of like,
But how you
there's
not gonna
this-
like Human Centipede, bro? They got some corrupted.
Yeah, it's a dark
know,
movie
dark
with bright
stuff.
topics.
Yeah. It's about a
It's
guy
gross.
who
I don't want to see people
found a hobby.
assholes tied to mouths.
Okay, spoiler alert, dude.
That's
it's
literally
not
the
cool.
entire premise
Not
of
cool.
every movie.
Now we're gonna have to put a thing at the beginning talking about spoiler. Yeah,
Pretty sure most people know what
because
the
they've
Human
seen it and
Centipede
they know what it is and they love it. That's why it's got 2 stars. All right.
2
I'm
out of
just kidding.
2.
It probably has more.
I don't think
But
so.
the first movie, according to Desiree, that we watched was Rubber. I think Tori's seen that. Have you seen it, bro?
No, but you showed me the trailer.
That was-
It's like a psychopathic tire that like
Yeah,
comes
his
after
name is
people.
Robert. His name is Robert, bro.
What?
The
Dude, I
tire.
want to watch this.
No, please no.
Dude.
Please no.
Rubber, dude. In the
I
beginning,
love bad horror movies.
there's cones, bro, set up. Tires just going in and out of them, bro. And I'm talking about for like 30 full seconds, dude.
what?
This
That
one
seems
scene.
way too long.
And you're like, bro, is this shit still going? He's gonna go through those cones too? There's no way he's going through those cones though. Bro,
You
it's
really
the
sound
longest
this
30
movie.
seconds
Does he
of your
kill anybody?
fucking life. Yeah, he's a killer tire.
Good. That's all I want to see out of my bad horror movies. Is
There
people
was-
die.
There was one we watched. What was it? It was the Wolf Cop.
Oh,
What is it?
Wolf Cop.
I forgot about that.
Wolf
dude.
Cop?
A wolf cop. It is literally exactly what it sounds like.
That
It's
sounds
a guy that's a cop that ends up getting turned into a werewolf, and like there's a curse and like
can't
all this
remember.
shit.
Yeah,
Oh my
he
God.
finds out like the town is corrupt. Like the
Yeah.
mayor is gonna do some shit.
Bless
Bless
you.
you. Don't sneeze
God
again.
damn, bruh.
You guys, I would have cut it out. You wouldn't even heard it.
He's
We'll do
in the
it the
middle of
next
a story. You can't just cut out the middle of the
Yeah,
story.
I can cut my audio. It's split.
he does like he does something like the mayor is like corrupt or something, and like so he goes around town just killing motherfuckers.
He's a corrupt ass cop.
No,
He
he's
starts-
not corrupt. The mayor is corrupt.
He starts fucking this
Oh.
lady in
Yeah, there's
jail.
a sex scene.
Like,
There's a sex scene with him as a wolf. In jail.
yeah, it's
That's bestiality.
Oh
Can you
no, I
show
remember
that?
she's corrupt because she's trying to bring back like a wolf demon.
something.
Well, wait, is
I don't
she a
know.
wolf when they have sex? So that's illegal.
I forgot like there's a hot bartender, and at the end you find out she's not hot or a bartender.
yeah.
You find out she's old.
Yeah,
And
So he
what?
had
What is her
sex with
occupation?
A cult leader.
Ugh.
yeah. It's a wild ride.
It's crazy.
I still
I
wanna
found
watch
it.
it, though.
I think it's on like Amazon Prime or something. Is where I
Ooh.
found it, and it's either on that or it's on Hulu. But
There's also-
that's
We need to
what we
make a
do
list.
There's
sometimes.
a very
is we look for.
similar YouTube movie.
What is it called? Wolf
It's
Boy?
the thing
Wolf
that-
guy?
Oh,
Wolf
that
Cop.
Steven sent
The
me.
one
Wolf
that
Cop.
Steven sent you.
I don't
yeah.
remember. I'll have to ask him.
What
That
is
one's
the
wild
one?
too.
That
He
was
goes,
weird. Kung something.
Oh,
Kung Fu Panda.
dude,
No.
Shout out
Kung
to
Pao Chicken.
No.
It's a wild movie because like the dude he's like a time traveler or something. I can't remember. So he go like it's like a neo cyberpunk thing. You know what I mean? And like he has to go back in time and he fights. He goes back in time.
Kung
and
Fury.
Kung Fury.
That's
Oh,
it.
I think
It's
I've
on
heard of that.
YouTube. It's on YouTube. It's like 30 minutes long. It's insane.
wild.
It's
Dope.
it's so weird, but it was good. We watched it. They're
he has
doing a
to-
second one.
I won't spoil it. I would recommend it. They go back in time. He meets Thor and he has to fight
Oh,
a
wow.
bad person from the past.
The second one is supposed to have Arnold Schwarzenegger in it and Michael Fassbender.
I don't know who that is.
Michael Fassbender? He was in the
He's in a lot of stuff. I don't know why you don't know him.
yeah, he was like in the
Michael
X-Men
Fassbender.
movies. He played young Magneto.
Oh, he's the dude from.
David Hasselhoff is also.
He was in the first one.
hmm
You can see the
Are
gears
you
trying to
really
turn.
struggling that hard?
He's in.
What is the movie called? I tried to hold my
Inglourious
breath
Basterds.
until I could remember, but I almost passed
Damn,
out.
Leo, don't kill yourself.
What's the one with McLovin, dude?
He's not in that.
Super bad.
Super bad. Is it super bad that he's in?
No,
Oh, that's Michael Cera, I think.
you did not.
Alright. Does anyone have a movie they want to talk about? I have a movie I want to talk about.
I have a bad experience.
Yeah, I have something off
I
topic.
actually called Leo. Leo knows about this one.
Oh,
I went to the
yeah.
movies with my friend Katie, and we went into this movie. I was hella excited about it. I was like, hell yeah, you know about it too, I think. I went into it. I was like, oh, this is gonna be good. I like scary movies, and so Katie and I, that's my like scary movie buddy. Is we go see movies on Tuesdays, and like we'll go watch the new movies together. I can't remember the name of it. I'll have to look it up. But
Right now.
well, it was in here, and I don't see it now.
Sonic the Hedgehog.
Dustin and I saw Sonic. That was good. I'll have to look it up, but so we went and saw Gretel and Hansel together. That was also disappointing. But it was the movie with like Finn Wolfhard. He's from Stranger Things, I think. And from
Yeah. He's in it too, I think.
Uh-huh.
No, it won.
He's
Oh,
in
yeah, It
both
Won,
of
he's in,
them.
sorry.
But I went to the movie thinking like this was gonna be really good, and like a psychological. It was supposed to be like a psychological thriller. The Turning, bruh, this fucking movie. So I went into it thinking like, oh, this is gonna be good. It was supposed to be like, you can't leave the house. There's like spirits or something trapping you there, and like it was supposed to be really freaky. So we went to go see it, and I was pissed by the end of this movie. Literally, I have never been in a movie before where the ending, I went, what the fuck did I just watch? What just happened? I understand nothing. And it wasn't just me and Katie that felt like that. Literally, like, by the time the end of the movie came, it basically, like, cut back to something that had happened previously and then replayed out again. So you're like, oh, okay, well, maybe she can, like, has premonitions and, like, she can know to avoid that now. So, like, she goes to warn the kids that they need to leave. And they're like, whatever, you're crazy, and walk away. And then the screen cuts and the credits start. So you're like, what, where's the rest of the movie? Like, did they just rush it and then stopped? And then, like, at the very end of it, you just see her, like, in the trailer, or in the credits, she's, like, walking with her hand on the wall and, like, kind of laughing. So you're like, okay, well, was it all in her head? But, like, they never explain it. You don't understand anything by the end of it. You have more questions at the end than you did going in. And not only were Katie and I hella pissed at it, literally the rest of the 8 people that were in the theater all went, what? Like, literally the guys in front of us, I was like, did that make any sense to you? They're like, no, where's the rest of the movie?
No.
I have never been so mad. I called Leo right after, livid. I was like screaming at this movie at how bad it was. I was so mad. And then I complained to Dustin again when I got home. It's
almost like they, like, in movies they try to do that at the end to, like, have you think about what could have happened. But that, it just sounds like they just didn't finish the script, bro.
Yeah, I don't
like, you can't just not finish your story and have us interpret the ending.
Right. I don't mind movies that, like, leave it kind of up to you. It's like, will you interpret, is it this or is it this? Or, like, what's your opinion? But this was straight up like, there is no opinion because there's no answers. It's just over.
I thought the answer was her, like, she's touching the wall.
Well,
yeah, it's all in her head.
They make you kind of, I guess, like, that's what it's meant to be, is, like, they kind of lead you to believe, like, oh, well, maybe she's crazy like her mom was. But, like, it makes absolutely no sense. And the way they, I don't know if you guys are going to watch it, so I don't want to completely spoil it. But basically, before time goes back and, like, her premonition is over, she opens this, like, artwork. And in that artwork is supposed to be, like, a picture or explanation of, like, what's happening. And she starts understanding everything that's going on and, like, what happened and everything like that. And she gets away. Like, she gets the kids, she gets in the car, she goes away. And, like, the way the scene plays out is, like, she's driving, and as she's driving away, the page, like, it's like a drone or something, it, like, lifts up into the sky, and then it turns into the picture that she got in the beginning. So I was like, oh, dope. Like, she, you know, it was, I don't know how to explain it, but it was, like, beautifully done how they, like, merged it together. And I was like, if that was the ending, I would have been happy. And then it lifted completely out of the scene of her driving away back into the picture, and that's when it picked up again. And then she went and, like, found the kids and stuff. Like, if it would have ended there, I would have been okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you enjoyed the movie until the ending?
Yeah, everything else was good. There was some stuff where I was like, oh, that's kind of weird, and, like, the animation wasn't always, like, they had, like, ghostly figures, and those weren't very well done. Like, they kind of looked like Scooby-Doo characters.
Like, cheesy.
Yeah, but up until then, like, the story was at least good, like, and it made sense. But from that picture on, I was like, I don't know how they're gonna wrap this up or how they're gonna fix it, and they just didn't.
See, I thought I would be the only person like that. Like, I'll watch a movie and it'll be, like, a hella good movie, but if the ending sucks, then I hate the whole movie. I'm like, this movie's fucking terrible. But it'd be an amazing movie up until the ending. I can't say, oh yeah, it was great, but the ending, was lacking. I'll be like, nah, fuck that movie. It sucks.
We felt like that on Brahms 2, or The Boy 2.
Oh yeah, The Boy 2, man. They should have kept it at Boy 1. Boy 1 was dope.
I know you were saying that like you liked the first one, but the second one you were like, this is
Yeah,
stupid.
the second one. It's because the first one,
It's
seems
the
like
ending.
a stereotypical like story that you'd get with like a fake doll, but then the ending is like, oh fuck, this isn't like every other doll movie. But then the second movie, they made it like every other doll movie, and it's
Aw.
like, fuck this movie. The first one's hella good. The boy, the first one, dope. If you watch it, don't watch the second one.
See, and that's why I didn't watch the first one. I was like, it's another doll movie, like
Yeah,
whatever.
the first one's not. The second one definitely is.
Mhm.
But that's how it was in the Joker. I like the Joker. I know Dustin's a hater, but you know, the first, like, as I'm watching it, I'm like, I really like this movie. I hope they don't fuck up the ending. And then they showed like one part, and I was like, oh, thank God that's the end. Like, I can deal with that. And then it kept going, and I was like, oh fuck, dude, please don't fuck this up. And they did that like 3 times, and then when it ended, I was like, okay, I'm good. So now I like the whole thing.
Trying to think of
Trying to think of bad movies. Are either one of you guys Star Wars fans?
Desiree is. Oh, you're not? No, we're not. Neither of us.
Have you ever heard the Star Wars holiday special?
No.
That is the worst piece of garbage I've ever seen.
I
in my
mean, when it's
entire
labeled
life.
holiday special, what do you?
Yeah, like-
there's
It
literally
is
characters doing
horrible.
acrobatics.
It's terrible. I
It's
can get through bad
special,
movies.
Dustin.
I like bad movies. They make me feel good. I like to laugh at them. The feelings that they're trying to go for, they don't do properly, so it makes it funny to me.
Yeah.
The Star Wars Holiday Special is just a miserable experience from front to end. When you think of Star Wars, what do you think of? Even if you're not a
Disney.
fan.
Jetson.
Yeah, those
Stars.
white guys.
Stars.
The
A
white
fucking
dudes.
War.
Yeah.
Clones. I think they're
Space.
clones.
Star Troopers.
Stormtroopers.
Yeah, Stormtroopers.
Do you say Star Troopers?
Fucking lightsabers.
I don't think.
Yeah.
Yeah, lightsabers. Yoda.
None of that is in there, dude.
What's
You're
in it?
watching Chewbacca's family's Life Day celebration, which is supposed to be like the equivalent of Christmas. It is awful. There's a
Who
there's
wrote
a scene,
this, dude?
Apparently not George Lucas.
He's
There's a scene. There's a scene where,
getting pissed.
dude, it's just awful. They like cut to like a bar for no reason, and people start singing in it. I don't like musicals personally, so when they started singing, I'm like, okay, great. There's
What did you
another.
expect with holiday special? It's
He thought it was gonna be
I
a
heard it was.
badass.
I heard it.
musical stuff.
No, I heard it was bad, and I did not expect
Oh.
me to want to punch myself in the face. So there's another scene where like Chewbacca's dad puts on like a VR headset and has an alien like sexily sing to him.
Oh wow.
There's a scene where Chewbacca's wife like looks at a video to learn how to cook, and it's like over the top exaggerations, and like the person is like, "Oh, look, you just have to do this and you do this," and then they get 2 more arms, like, and then you do this, and it's supposed to be like, "Oh, how funny, how comedic," and it's not. It's terrible. I couldn't. That I was at my wit's end. When I say like you'll have a sense of relief when you watch The Room, there was no relief at the end of the Star Wars special. I was just exhausted.
Like he had just
I was
wasted all that
excited.
I
time.
was just exhausted.
Ugh, that's
Ugh.
gross, dude.
That is.
Have you ever walked out of a movie theater
No.
and been like,
I don't
all right, I
think
can't
so.
finish it?
If
I did that
if
one
I was
time.
watching. What movie was it?
I went with Dylan. We went to, I think it was the Dollar Theater, and we watched Resident Evil something. And we were like, what the fuck? But we haven't seen any of them. So we go in, it's like the 3rd or 4th one, and we're like, nah, we're not doing this. And we left. But it was only $1, so it was cool.
The Turning is the only movie where I've ever been like, I want my money back. I want my time back after watching.
Did you give
that
it back?
movie.
Do they give it back?
I don't think.
Good
So.
time.
I don't know. I don't think
I
so.
think they do. I think they would, right?
If you didn't like the movie,
Yeah, if you
I
say
don't
this
think
movie
they-
sucks.
I don't
I
know.
think so.
I've never.
What if
been-
you say I had a bad experience?
I don't know. They'll probably
I
credit
asked.
you or like offer. Well, here's another movie, or like you can come back a different time or something. But I've never tried. I don't.
Oh,
Like,
What if you
itch
say
it
I
for
forgot
free.
I had a
So
dentist
good.
appointment?
So we had mentioned musicals because Dustin hates them. So I wrote one down for him to remember. Why don't you talk about your experience with that one, Dustin?
She wrote down Sweeney Todd. If either one of you watched Sweeney Todd.
I've heard of it.
Is that the guy with the hands and the cuts hair?
Same actor, different movie.
Oh, okay.
Very similar.
No, that
He's
is him.
barber.
He's a killer barber guy.
Yeah. He's
Yeah.
a killer barber.
But that's not Edward Scissorhands, bruh.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I mean, it's very
All
similar.
right.
I can understand why you'd be
Yeah.
confused. 'Cause
Yeah, I'm
was
confused. I thought he was the same guy with some barber
Awful
skills.
movie. Just terrible. Just in my personal, it won Oscars, bro.
What
That just
Really?
makes me mad.
Sweeney Todd?
Yeah, fuck that movie.
Did it?
Yeah.
I didn't realize it won
I'm pretty
Oscars.
sure Helena Bonham Carter won an Oscar for like Best Actress.
Is it for like
Supporting
worst
actress.
movie?
No, those are the Razzies.
Oh wow. The fuck?
I had
Is
watched
that
it when
real?
I was younger and I enjoyed it. So I made Dustin watch it with me because it's basically like a horror movie musical. It was not as good as I remember.
Musical. That's interesting. Has there ever been a horror musical before?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, Sweeney Todd.
Oh, before that.
That and that House of Horrors.
Yeah.
Say,
Little House of
Little
Horrors.
Shop
I probably wasn't
Horrors.
old enough to
Yeah,
watch
Little
that.
Shops of Horrors.
Can you name a movie that?
Rocky's,
Horrors?
whatever.
What?
Rocky's. Whatever.
I don't know if Rocky Horror Picture Show could be considered a horror. I don't know. Maybe.
Oh,
That's horror.
that'd be interesting.
That's horrifying.
It's horrifying.
It's a.
That's one of your favorite
No,
movies.
just kidding. That's Grease.
That's
Oh,
why it's
Desiree
horrifying.
likes Grease.
Yeah, Dustin was not a fan of Sweeney
Are you-
Todd. By the end, he was like, "Can we please turn this off?"
Dude, I'm so
He was
sick of
so angry.
it. Des, do you like Johnny T?
What?
You're a fan of Johnny T?
I don't know who that is.
John Travolta.
Oh,
she
yes.
loves
Oh, my
Johnny T.
goodness.
Well, she likes young Johnny T. that's
Yeah,
it.
young.
She likes young Johnny T after he shaves his
my
beard and they
gosh,
do the
yeah.
pan up from Urban Cowboy. That's
Oh,
when she
he's in
likes-
Urban Cowboy.
Oh,
I got
yeah.
I got a middle finger.
Hell
The only
yeah.
Have
thing
you
I-
seen it?
No.
I talked about it
Oh
with Leo.
my
and it's
gosh.
We were talking about
It's
it.
not
watching
gonna go
clips.
on this podcast though, because
Because this is that's
yeah,
best
bad.
movies.
I'll
is
write it
one of the
down
best movies.
for us
This
to
is
watch.
just movies, period.
Yeah, just
wanna
movies.
watch it.
Urban Cowboy. Y'all gotta watch it.
I want to
Why?
watch it.
What-
I'm
tell us
gonna
about it.
practice my Texan accent.
No,
Oh,
seriously.
yeah, he's gonna watch
It'll
it.
make you want to move to Texas.
Yeah, it's dope. It's Texas. When you look at it, you say Texas. Like
Texas.
that.
How do you say it? Say it again.
Texas.
Texas. That's it.
Down here. Why are you
Down
looking at
here
me?
in
That's my
Texas.
accent.
Because I feel like you're mocking it, and I'm not like.
No, I ain't. That's how I talk, ma'am.
No, I ain't.
Now get
There's
it on
a-
up.
There's a one of the things Leo and I used to do at work is watch, like, we used to work at a hotel together, and what we used to do is like just watch Netflix
work.
or YouTube videos.
No.
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 When Leo and I did the morning shift, we busted that shit out in the morning. We're done, and then we just waited for guests to need something. So we would watch Netflix or YouTube. And a lot of the time it was Fail Army before Fail Army got bad. And now, so there was one,
Throwing bombs here.
huh?
What?
I don't know what you're talking about. There's one where this dude is like trying to step up on something and he slips and it like smacks him directly in the gut. It's like a piece of metal he falls on and he lands directly on it and he like the girl is yelling at him. She's like, "You're gonna hurt yourself." And then he slips and goes, "No, I ain't."
Right. Okay. Oh my god.
So that and then the no are
Yeah, you ever
things that
seen
Leo and I
Goosebumps?
always reference to each other.
Goosebumps.
There's an
bro.
episode of Goosebumps. It's like the first episode or like maybe the second one. We were watching it and everything's normal. It's playing out like a normal thing. And then out of nowhere, this like girl teases her brother. She's like, "And then I'm going to tell him to get you," or something like that. And the way he screams no is the most dramatic, over the top no I have
Authentic.
ever heard.
Authentic
bro.
and real. There was
He had
real
one
terror.
line, dude, and he killed it.
He did.
He fucking
Yeah. Laid into it. Oh, it's so funny.
It's because he thought he was really gonna get got, dude.
I
Yeah,
guess.
when you're a kid, dude, and they tell you that stuff, you believe it.
Mhm. Leo, what do you got? Any other movies? Des, what do you?
No, I don't. I got nothing. I don't think.
Yeah.
Do you know any
I'm
movies
gonna-
that you like or don't like? Desiree doesn't really watch a lot of movies. We start them and then she goes to sleep.
Yeah.
Really?
I'm
You
bad
wanna
at
talk?
that.
You really want to talk about that?
I'm bad at
Well,
that.
I fell asleep last night,
Yeah.
but that was one night.
Hey, you guys remember that Evil Dead movie?
Which
Evil
one?
Dead, I think. No.
There's
There's
a.
that horror movie, the remake.
Oh, the
horror
remake, yeah.
movie
Oh.
We watched with him, with Leo.
I
Me?
think it
Oh
was
yeah, with Dale and what are their names in there, dude?
No, that's a different
Dale
one.
Tucker,
That's
homie.
Tucker and
Oh,
Dale
damn it.
versus Evil.
Evil Dead. I know once I start describing this one character, you're gonna remember.
Dude, yes, bro. Like the fucking toilet, dude.
There's a dude.
Oh my
a
gosh.
character in the Evil
Put
Dead
your knees
remake.
down. Who sits like this? It's a chair. I'm sorry.
Oh, you're all right. There's a character in the Evil Dead remake. I don't remember his name or anything like that. I don't even remember all of what happens to him.
He's the idiot that opened the book in the first place. So you know
So-
what? He got what was coming to
The
him.
premise of the Evil Dead is that, like she's saying, they find like the Necronomicon or whatever, which is like the devil book, right? And when they read it, a demon comes out and possesses one of them. And it's like, I don't remember if it's that dude's girl or not, but
No.
uh,
So they go to a cabin
in the woods.
because she's a drug addict and they're trying to wean her off drugs, and like so they're using this as like a way for her to like just go through the process, like withdrawal. That's it. I was trying to say the grieving process, but that's not right. I mean,
Sobering.
yeah, so
To
she's
be
going
honest.
through withdrawals, and like the whole cabin scene is for them to do that. But then homeboy decides to go in the basement and he's like, oh, there's a book
cool
that's
shit
bound
in there."
in skin as the cover. There's blood all over it and it's barbed wired shut. Let's open and read it. So, like-
Never.
Homie, don't do that.
So anyway, the demon comes out and like possesses a chick, and she's like, they find her. The first thing I remember that he does that doesn't make sense. This dude doesn't die in this movie, Des. So many things happen to him that should kill him, and he does not die. So the scene, he like comes into the bathroom and the demon has possessed this chick, and she's like sawing her face off with broken glass from the mirror. So she turns at him. He's like, huh? He slips on the blood, and like it's so comedic. If you could see it, it would be a comedy. He slips on the blood, but it's not like, you know how when you slip, you keep your feet on the ground. This dude like slips, loses his feet, flies into the air, and slams his back on the toilet. And you know how most of us are like, oh. This dude's like, dude, I gotta get out of here. Like, he's fine. He's fine. Because he's like, guys, there's a fucking demon. He's absolutely fine. You know, in most movies, someone slips, falls, demon's like, well, you fell. Bam, you're dead now. Dude's fine.
He's like,
Make it
"Oh,
out."
next scene. Bro, he could not die. They shot him with a fucking nail gun or something.
Yeah,
They did
I was
everything to
just
this
about to
dude.
point that.
Well, I
They're
think
like,
isn't
they're
that
like in the
when-
basement, and
You
I
forgot
guess
the
she
needle
has.
part though. When he's
What?
in the bathroom, he falls and he gets like a fucking needle stuck in his
Oh
face.
yeah.
And it like swells up because it's got medicine and shit in it. Like it either went into his cheek or oh no, that's right. It like went into his fucking eye socket.
The best part of the movie is watching this dude not die.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
much shit happens to him. So then, like, the fucking chick finds a nail gun and she starts charging him like, ah! He's like, oh! It's like stapling it.
He's fucking running with his hands together, bro. Like he's trying to catch a football.
And then I remember they go back to the basement. She's got like a pipe or something, or just some sort of like heavy blunt thing, and goes to swing at him. He's like, ah! And then she fucking
She cuts his
destroys
hand off. Yeah.
He's got like 3 fingers and hands all mangled like this. Dude's still alive. Broken
still
back, like
Bleeding out.
stapled like nailed to
I
him,
think
a fucking thing in his eye
I
and
think
a
she
broken
hit him
hand. And
over
he's-
the head too, because like the basement was starting to flood.
Yeah.
So like she hit him over the head, and you think like he passed out in the water, so you're like, homie's dead. Like he's
everybody-
drowning.
Everybody else, the demon comes out. She's like, "Oh, cut your throat. Oh, I don't know, shoot you with the nail gun and hits you in the brain. You're dead." This dude gets everything else and lives. And I can't remember exactly how he dies, but I'm pretty sure like they're just in the basement and he's like, "Yeah, I'm fucked up, man."
Well, like, no, because I'm pretty sure he gets out of the basement. Like, you think he drowned. He got out of the basement, and he's the one who sets the house on fire. Like, he's the one that,
Yeah, I
like,
was gonna
saves
say,
the
dude, he
day,
caught on
and then
fire
he
or something.
dies, like, in the flames trying to save everybody else.
Immolated.
Yeah, dude. And they cut his fucking leg off, bro. Remember?
I don't
And then
remember.
they-
There was
Did
so
they?
much in that.
No, they didn't.
I was gonna
Poor
say,
dude.
Like, I wouldn't be
You could've
surprised,
did it.
bro.
Like she cut his foot off and made him eat it.
Yeah, dude. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that part.
Dude was a tank.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be a horror movie. When I watched it, it was a horror movie. When I watched
He
it
does
with these
die,
two, it
Yeah.
became a comedy.
Yeah.
It was so unbelievable.
That's a good one to add.
Dude, when he
Des, if you're
smacked
about
his
it,
back
you
on that
guys should
fucking
watch-
toilet,
you
dude.
should watch Evil Dead.
It's so violent the way it happens.
It's so bad. Like, you're like, dude's back is broken. He's
For
done.
sure. For sure.
And it's just so random, dude, that he would fall
think
on a
he, like,
toilet.
cracked
Usually it's like a
his head on the
spike or
toilet,
something.
Like, tank, too. Like, he fell, like, his back landed on the toilet, on the seat, and he cracked his fucking shit on the toilet, like, on the tank of the toilet. So, like, homie's back is broken, and he's
Yeah.
bleeding
He's got a
from the head.
concussion.
Yeah. No,
fucking needles
totally
in
fine.
his eye. I can't fucking see out of
Oh.
one. No hand. He's like, ah.
Yeah, I love when Dustin
Oh,
tells
it's
stories
insane.
and gets animated and everything. Dude, I'm telling you right now, that part like you, this, thumbnail, bro. Fucking capping off on that dude.
Oh, man.
Oh my
Alright.
gosh.
All right, everybody. That's going to conclude it for this week's episode. I really hope you enjoyed us talking about. It wasn't
Movies
necessarily
and
all
shows.
bad movies. It was just, I was talking about our experiences watching movies and stuff like that. So I sincerely hope you enjoyed. We'll see you next week for episode 4, which we're going to be talking about the Tiger King.
Ooh.
Interesting.
All right, everybody. Thanks for watching. See ya.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye. Say goodbye.
Bye.